Hey guys, it's Practical Psychology here, and I'm presenting this video with a friend, but I'll be adding in some of my own thoughts too. Dana Blouin is a guy with tons of awesome achievements and experience all over the world, and he has an even more awesome beard. I hope you guys enjoy.
Day to day, my life is pretty busy. Besides working on finishing my PhD, I also run my new startup, Mango Labs. I still work closely with one of Asia's largest IoT companies, Driver, and I travel to give talks. I make YouTube videos and a slew of other activities. With all of that on my plate, productivity is extremely important to me. I want to be able to squeeze as much of it into every second as I possibly can. So here are my top 5 tips for a productive day. Number 1, wake up early. Every productive day starts as early as possible. I used to be a night owl. I would stay up late working, and as a result, I would get a late start on my day and I would feel like I'm trying to catch up all day long. Waking up early gives me a jump on the day. I can make a plan for the day and start to get ahead while most people are still sleeping. I found that a large part of boosting my productivity in the morning is having a solid morning routine that I stick to each and every day. When I wake up, I go through all the same steps. I leave nothing to choice. It's the same every day, and very little time is wasted as I move from one task to the next.
So for me, one of the first things I do in the morning after waking up is to come up with 3 main goals. Usually I set one in health, one goal for school, and one for this channel. For example, one for my health goal would be to lift today, or to run a certain number of miles, or eat under a certain number of calories. One for school might be to finish up all the work for one class. And one for this channel might be to write a new script, or to reply to all my remaining comments. As you guys know, I love replying to your comments. One of the best benefits of this is that since you just woke up, your willpower is completely refreshed, so you have an amazing palette to structure and plan your day. Having these 3 goals and focusing on them all day helps me feel accomplished at the end of the day, along with making continual movement in all 3 areas that I pick. Other areas could be your social life, your finances, or even your home improvement ideas.
Tip 2 is to exercise. Since I'm waking up early every day, I find there is no better way to start my day than to exercise. It jumpstarts my day and really boosts up my energy. Getting right into my exercise first thing in the morning not just energizes my body, but also my mind. Staying healthy physically and mentally helps me stay focused and really goes a long way to alleviate any stress that might sap my productivity. When you're not fit, not healthy, your body is constantly working against you, and that can drain your mental energy as well.
So another tip to increase productivity is to use leverage. Using leverage means to use tools such as technology to your advantage. I could write down a whole bunch of ideas with pen and paper, or I could organize them on a Word document where I can type immensely faster than I can write. I could also calculate my calories or macronutrients if I wanted, but using an Excel document or a third-party tracker is way easier, and you get the same results with less effort and usually less errors. So use tools to your advantage. You can use leverage to plan your day, which is also related to the next tip.
Tip 3 is to schedule everything. One of the most important things I've learned when it comes to managing my time and being more productive is that it really helps to schedule everything I need to do during the day. I don't just make a list of the tasks, but I schedule everything so I know how long I want to spend on something and I stick to it. Having this structure built into my day helps me to stay on track and work towards completing each task. Knowing I only have a fixed amount of time to work on something on any given day is a stern reminder that I need to make the most out of that time. By blocking everything into time slots, I'm able to take control of my workflow, not let the work in front of me take over my day.
Another great tip is to learn to say no to things that may constrain you. Now this is one of the hardest steps you can take to make your day more productive. When things come up that aren't productive or don't add value to your life, it's completely okay to say no or turn someone down. And I know it's hard, especially if you're like me and you hate confrontation or tension. But saying no to that dinner party can mean that you get to execute more and push out a new video or land a new business deal. Saying no will also give you the freedom to focus, which is super important, and I'll let Dana give a tip about that.
Tip 4 is to have a singular focus. When I sit down to work on something, I block everything else out. I turn off notifications on my phone, I don't check email, I turn off anything that might distract me at all. and I focus on one task at hand that I have scheduled for that time. I find that if I allow myself to get distracted, even by something as small as responding to emails, it takes me longer to get back to the level of productivity I was at before.
My last tip is going to be about trying to enter flow. Now, I published a video on this a couple weeks ago, and if you want more details, go check it out. Basically, find something that's challenging enough to be fun and motivating, but not something that's too boring to break you of your focus. It also has to be something that you can see short-term feedback and long-term improvement in. Once you find an activity that meets these criteria, you'll enter the psychological state of flow, which is a highly productive state of mind where the world seems to stop and you get a whole bunch of work done. Some people even forget to eat or go to the bathroom when focusing this hard. It's completely awesome.
Tip 5 is to take a break. Taking breaks might seem counterintuitive to productivity, but in reality, it's one of the most important things you can do to help boost your productivity. I talked before about how I scheduled my day down to every task. In between each task, I take a small break, sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 15 or 20 minutes. The one thing I always make sure I do during these breaks is to stand up and move around. I hate the idea of sitting behind a desk all day, and at least getting away from it for a bit helps me to stay focused and stay productive. Taking a break allows me a sort of mental reset, to put the work I was doing behind me and get ready to focus on the next task at hand. Here's a bonus tip for you. Take notes and review them at the end of the day. Something I do all the time that helps me to review my day and see where I might need to spend more time in the following days is to take notes about everything I do. I carry a notepad and pen with me everywhere I go. I take notes when I'm working on things, in a meeting, or if I just have an idea, I'll jot it down, sort of as a note to myself. At the end of my day, I have a 1-hour chunk of time scheduled to go back through my notebook and review my notes. I make any adjustments to my schedule for the next day based on something I may have written down. If what's in my notebook is about an idea or something I found interesting, I might schedule some time for the next day to work on it. If I was not reviewing my notes every night, these things might just be forgotten, and I would have some potentially lost productivity, or even worse, a lost idea.
I hope you guys enjoyed this collaboration, and if you want to see more of Dana's videos, I highly suggest you checking out his channel. He has a ton of videos on all types of topics to help you become a better version of yourself. Thanks for watching, and if you want more videos like this, check out my videos on the procrastination puzzle and the productivity project. I hope you guys enjoyed.